Today we are talking about the success path. So if you don't know who I am, I'm Erin Hart. I'm a registered nurse health coach. I empower women to get off of the dieting roller coaster and to lose weight for the last time with a sugar and flour free lifestyle. And I'm so passionate about this. I lost 125 pounds myself, and I just feel called to help others who are like I was and feeling hopeless and powerless against the cravings, but the impossible truly is possible. You can create the life that you want for yourself, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So today we are discussing the success path. One of my roles as a health coach is to prepare you for the journey that lies ahead of you. So I can't do it for you. No one can do it for you. You have to walk the path yourself. But I've been there, and I can definitely offer guidance, support, and accountability to help you to know what to expect and to help you avoid the obstacles that could potentially derail you. And I think about you guys all of the time. I I truly do care about you so much, and I love you. I'm constantly being inspired with thoughts and strategies to help you. I became a health coach because when I was at your stage, I remember Googling for a medically trained health coach to help me with my sugar and flour free lifestyle, but I couldn't find anyone. So I want to be that support for you that I wish that I had to make the process of losing weight faster, easier, and way more fun, so you don't have to learn the hard way like I did. Um, what I'm going to share with you today is something that woke me up and came to me at 2 o'clock in the morning. And this happens to me all the time. Usually not at 2 a.m., but it's more like 4 a.m. But I am so excited about it. And I knew that this was inspiration, so I just hopped up out of bed and I spent the rest of the morning creating this page for the workbook that I give to my clients. So this is the success path. And when you are obese or overweight and you're struggling with your relationship with food, the thought of achieving your goal body can seem like a distant, unattainable dream. I know, because I remember feeling that way too when I was 284 pounds. It seemed impossible, but the truth is that it's not. It is very possible. It is very achievable for anyone. You don't have to be special to achieve your goal body. I'm not special. You can truly create the life that you want. But in order to do that, it's all about mastering your mindset, developing a winning strategy, and consistently executing your plan. The journey of 1,000 miles, it starts with one small step. And I've heard it said before that to achieve a really big goal, you need sight and vision. The vision to look ahead into the future and know exactly where you are going, where you want to go, who you want to be. And then the sight to look down at your feet and just take the next step. So these are the baby steps that you need to take. There aren't 1,000 of them. There are only 10. And when you do all of these, you will have achieved your goal body. You will feel energetic, confident, and happier, and you're going to have a healthier relationship with food and with your body so that you can be able to live your life to its fullest without your weight and your relationship with food holding you back. You will have a strong mindset, resilience, and an exciting sense of achievement. At the same time, get rid of the magical thinking that getting to step 10 will magically make all of your problems in life go away. That's just not the reality. We are sent to earth with a purpose, and part of that purpose is to just learn and to grow and progress and be tested. And so a third of the time, your life is still going to be hard and you're going to have challenges to overcome, but you'll have the ability to self-actualize and optimize your purpose in life now that your focus isn't on weight loss anymore. It's an amazing place to be, and I am so excited to share the success path with you. Transformation can be uncomfortable, but it's also really fun. So remember this Olympian mindset that we talked about last week in the Monday Mindset, that a third of the time it feels hard. A third of the time you feel okay, and a third of the time it feels easy and it's fun and it's so awesome. So that is just what you have to learn to expect. There are lots of ups and downs in this journey. It's never a straight line to success. But as your health coach, I'm going to be helping you every step of the way. So let me just go ahead. I want to share a brief overview of the steps. So this is the success path. It's 10 steps to freedom. So step 1 is defining your destination. Step 2 is creating your plan. Step 3 is preparing for success. Step 4 is detox. Step 5 is automating your habits. Step 6 is releasing all of your excess weight. Step 7 is transitioning to maintenance. Step 8 is redefining your focus. Step 9 is 1 year of maintenance. And step 10 is the time to thrive. So this is so exciting. And I know that all of those steps feel so overwhelming, right? But the thing is that you don't do them all at once. You do one step at a time, and that's it. So step 1, to go a little bit more into detail, is defining your destination. So you need to create a clear vision, understand your deep why, and set a specific measurable goal. We will go through all of these steps in more detail in future Monday Mindsets, but what I want you to know about step 1 is that it's like Google Maps, right? You have to know where you are and be honest about where you are right now. And then you need to decide where you want to be and why it's so important for you. In between those 2 points of where you are now and where you want to be are the questions why, who, and how. So in this step, you're deciding why, why it's so important for you. And then in step 2 and 3, we start to answer the questions of how am I going to do it and who can help me. So step 2 is creating your plan. You need to define your clear, unambiguous boundaries around food and write down your meal plan. Now, I emphasize the word your because this is your plan. You get to own your plan. There's no need to feel rebellious as sometimes we do with an externally imposed plan. But because you get to decide what your plan is, you can own your plan. So you can either use the food addiction recovery plan that's widely used in many different programs like Bright Line Eating or Food Addicts Anonymous, OA. That's also the plan the structured meal plan that I teach in my program and that I have outlined in my workbook, or you can customize it for what you feel works best for your life. But the purpose of step 2 is that you create your plan and you write it down, you define clear, ambiguous boundaries around food, and you get to decide what those are. Step 3 is to prepare for success. So prep for success. And what this means is that before you start, you really need to prepare your environment. You need to go grocery shopping. You need to stock your pantry. You need to kind of eliminate some of those trigger foods that are on the counter. You need to make a plan where you can prepare your environment for success. You need to create an emergency action plan in this step and find an accountability partner. So this is a really important step. A lot of people skip this step and then they start to struggle down the road. So make sure you don't skip the step. Step 4 is when you really set your day 1 and you go for it, right? So this is detox. So you have to expect that the first 3 to 5 days are really hard. But just know that this too shall pass. So hang on and just get through this step. You want to drink a lot of water and get a lot of sleep during this step. It requires a lot of focus to to start your plan. It's kind of like an airplane taking off, right? Or a rocket, right? They use 90% of the fuel to get 20 feet off of the ground. And that's what detox feels like. It takes a lot of willpower and energy. But it's a short step. It only lasts 3 to 5 days and it will pass. And at the end of it, you're going to feel a lot stronger. You're going to feel so much better. And it's a necessary step in the process. Step 5 is to automate your habits. And for me personally, I think this was one of the most challenging steps for me when I first started my journey. I had the freedom from cravings, like just by giving up the sugar and flour. But I still had all of these habits, like eating at certain times of the day, or or when I was bored, or the emotional eating. And so what I found is so important is step 5 is automating your habits, focusing on creating strong morning and evening routines with the focus of creating automation in your program so that it feels easy and effortless to do your self-care routine. And so your habits may ebb and flow as you go. You may focus on different habits, and we talk about this in previous Monday Mindsets with our floor and ceiling habit stacks. So, but just know that this is an incredibly important step, and this is how you can lose weight with it feeling easy. So in the beginning, yeah, it's hard, right? But if you can start to automate these habits and focus on the process, not on the outcome, you can get to a point where losing weight feels easy and effortless. And that's what I want for you. Step 6 is when you release all of your excess weight. Not 5% of your weight, not 10% of your weight, like some programs have the goal of. You have the goal of releasing all of your excess weight. So getting to a healthy BMI and a healthy body fat percentage is the goal. And you get to decide what that goal is, what your goal body weight range looks like. Don't dilly-dally in this stage. It typically, for most people, depending on how much weight they need to lose and their rate of weight loss, takes about 6 to 18 months. But for some people, it might take less if they have less weight. For some people, it may take 2 years or 3 years, right? It doesn't matter how long it takes. What matters is that you finish this step. So you stick with your plan with compassion, focus, and intensity to get this step done as soon as possible. Don't get stuck here. I see a lot of people that get stuck here and they live here for years and years. And that's what we don't want. We don't want to live on the dieting roller coaster anymore. We want to lose all of the weight and for the last time in your life. So it doesn't matter how long it takes. It just matters that you finish as fast as possible for you. So and then as you get nearer to your goal weight, you may need to redefine your ideal weight ranges as you get nearer to that, your goal body, because sometimes that changes. But step 7 is when we go through the process of transitioning to maintenance. So this is like the last 5-10 pounds. Sometimes people, get a little bit closer to their goal. It can be less than that. But so the step 7 is transitioning to maintenance, and this is probably the most important step. Some people skip this step too, and that's where people go wrong. Statistically speaking, a lot of people regain their weight after losing all of their weight in step 6. A lot of people regain their weight, and that's not what we want. We want to be able to live free from the dieting roller coaster and have this be the last time in your life that you have to lose the weight. So transitioning to maintenance and really focusing on getting this step right is so important. And to mentally prepare yourself, it does take about 4 months for most people to successfully go through the transition to maintenance. We'll have a Monday mindset in the future about what this looks like, transitioning to maintenance, and how to do it successfully. But just know that you weigh and adjust your meal plan every week to slow the rate of weight loss until you achieve your goal. And it's so exciting to transition into maintenance and enter the maintenance phase of your journey. So definitely a time to celebrate, and but it's not a time to go back to old habits. It's not a time to start thinking that you're a moderate eater now. You just keep doing what you've been doing this whole time and into maintenance. It is definitely a new mindset. In steps 1 through 6, it's kind of like a sprint mindset. You are trying to get through those phases as fast as possible, and then steps 7 through 10, you have more of a marathon mindset. So we're going to talk about that next week in the Monday mindset, the different mindsets to get through these steps. But it is a longer term mindset, and you need to prepare yourself for that. So step 8 is, once you have achieved your goal, as far as declaring that you have gotten to where you want to go, that you're in your goal body. And remember, your goal body, it isn't necessarily a number on the scale. It's more about how you feel and what you can do. But it is helpful to have that number on the scale, but you can mentally help yourself to see that you've arrived there. So you want to redefine your focus, because now that weight loss is not your focus anymore, you just can't have an empty void. You have to have a new focus. That's what we are meant to do in this life, is to continue to progress. And so redefining your focus and just deciding, what kind of life you want to create. You, again, go through those steps like we did in step 1 of creating a clear vision, understanding your deep why, and setting a new goal. So it's a really exciting time. And then step 9 is a year of maintenance. So this is incredibly important. You can't just get to your goal and then go back to the old way of eating or your old mindsets, right? We need to continue on. And this is the marathon mindset we're going to talk about next week. So in this phase, and I have it as a goal of achieving 1 year of maintenance, because I feel like if you can get through 1 year of maintaining your weight, you are set to continue on with that. Most people struggle that first year of maintenance. So this year is just so crucial. So you're going to weigh weekly. You're going to adjust your meal plan as you need to in order to maintain your weight within your desired range. Like usually a 10 to 15 pound range, could be 5 to 10 pounds, depending on what you feel comfortable with. But you want to maintain that for a year. This is when we go from our mindset of being intense to intentional. So from a sprinter's mindset to a maintenance, to a marathon mindset. So, and step 10 is when it's time to thrive. So step 10, we can enjoy this process all throughout. But in step 10, you have achieved your goal. And now it's time for you to figure out what's next in your life. What is the purpose of your life? How are you going to make your mark on the world? So go and live without regret and chase your dreams and find joy in your life and in your journey. So this may be the hardest step for some people, because weight loss has been a focus for so long, and it may feel unknown and uncertain, like you're stepping into the unknown. But if you've been on the dieting roller coaster your whole life, but it's time to take your life to a new level. without your relationship with food and your body holding you back. So like we said in the beginning, get rid of the magical thinking that when you get to step 10, your life is easy and that all of your problems go away. That's not the case. But a third of the time, it's still really hard. A third of the time, you feel okay. And a third of the time is just the most amazing thing. So you will have the ability to self-actualize. If you remember Maslow's hierarchy, like I remember learning about that in nursing school. Maslow's hierarchy, once you have your physical needs and your safety met, then you can self-actualize and optimize your purpose in this life. So if you look closely at all of these steps, you can recognize some patterns. You see the mindset, strategy, execution pattern. In step 1, we focus on mindset. Step 2 and 3, we focus on strategy. In steps 4 through 7, we focus on execution. Step 8, we return to mindset because it is a completely different mindset for maintenance. Step 9 through 10, again, we focus on strategy and execution. So next week, we're going to discuss the different mindsets required to get you through steps 1 through 6 versus steps 7 through 10. And I can't wait to share that with you. But for this week, I want to give you a challenge. So take a look at the success path. If you're in my VIP group, you can find this PDF in there in the feed. And I want you to figure out where you are right now. So have you skipped any of these crucial steps? What is your next step? And how can you finish the step you're on as soon as possible? So these are the things I want to invite you to think about this week and journal about. We will be talking about these in our coaching calls. And I just want you to know that I'm so proud of you for being here. You are amazing. You have what it takes. You're committed. You watched this video. Just don't quit. It is so worth it, my friends. I have been through all of these steps and I can't wait to help you get there as well. It's never a straight line to success and it won't always be easy. But if you set your mind to it and you just focus on the next step you're on, or the step you're on, and take it one step at a time, it is 100% achievable for you. You can do it. So I hope you have a great week, and I will see you next time. Bye.